And we're live.
Hallelujah! All my New South Empire, wonderful and fantastic fun. Starman Filmz Global, family of winners. It's your winner, Fits You Serve Your Fevers Up. On another Winners podcast with my winners, the Duffies, Lyric, and Samuel Blue. What's happening, family?
What's
Hey,
up?
Hey there.
Y'all ready to discuss and dissect? We got to make it happen. First of all, I want to shout out my own brand, y'all. That's right. That's that Doja. That's that Doja Vineyard and Grounds. That's that Fitz Paradise Juice right there. That shit will make your tongue slap your brains out. As a matter of fact, it's called Fitz Paradise Juice, fruit punch flavored moonshine. Shout out to Charles Peterson and Dooley Dooley. I had to add a little bit of soda to mine, y'all. I'm trying to tell you that shit is strong. Bring my people back on. Oh, that's right. Then I forgot we got another sponsor. It's called Lit Sticks. This is Firewalker. Now, you talking about going to Hades, the henna, steel, hail, smoke one of these and your ass will be straight there. Lit for real. Matter of fact, now we getting ready to get gritty. Getting ready to get gritty. We getting ready to talk about that big, beautiful bill. Larry, we gonna let you start first because you know you waiting for you to board your plane. All right, so we're gonna let you go first. Well, what's your thoughts
Well,
on the big beautiful bill? Do you have any fret, fears, or anxiety over it?
it is what it is at this point. When you when you
No,
when
it ain't.
you're,
No, it ain't. You know, I hate that cliche. It is what it is. It ain't. There's
I,
no such
it
thing.
is what it
It's
is.
what you make it.
You voted
It's what
for
you
it. It
make it.
is what it is. It is
It's
what it
what
is.
it's what Trump and
And
the Republicans and the Democrats and the Independents and the unaffiliates made it. It ain't no such thing. It
hmm
ain't it. Well, what are your thoughts about it though?
I mean, it's I don't have now. You know, I'm in the airport. I'm
It's okay. That's why we're gonna let you. That's
go
why we're gonna
go
let
have
you
me
keep
go
your
have me in
phone.
here brawling.
That, oh, that's right. Oh yeah, yeah. You gotta sneak and talk. Yeah. Yeah, that's why we're gonna let you keep your phone vertical instead of horizontal. But anyway, uh well no, seriously, on a serious note, do you have any
I'm
fears or anxiety over the big beautiful bill?
only thing that I can say is I'm glad that my kids are grown and I don't have to deal with none of this shit or worry about none of that. And it's just my grandkids now. Um, but yeah, it's a shit show and it's a mess. And anybody that
You
says otherwise is delusional.
yeah, it's I wouldn't say a shit show or a
Oh, it's
mess,
a shit
but
show.
I would say it's a situation because
Definitely a shit show.
I would like to say that it's gonna make every it's a fit show. How about that? All right, it's gonna make it's gonna make everybody get on their damn grind though. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make everybody not be so damn dependent
I mean,
on.
but everybody is not dependent. It's some people that just that's their situation and that's what it is. It's that everybody's life is not the same. We all on this panel is some hustlers. We gonna get up and go and figure it out. But everybody is not lucky enough to be that or have that or even capable of doing that.
Yeah, that's true too, but that's still leaning toward an excuse. To
Yeah,
me,
it's
that's
not
an
an excuse.
excuse.
If you're handicapped or you're taking care of somebody
Oh, oh, oh,
handicapped
oh,
or
oh,
you're
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
everybody has a different life. You cannot
Affirmative,
judge like
affirmative.
that.
Yeah, yeah. You're correct. Yeah, I bet I do. I agree with you. I concur 100%. Yeah, but I'm
You
talking
you
about
know.
us sane folks that got two arms, two legs, functional.
Oh,
There really
everybody
is no
should be pulling
excuse.
their weight. Everybody should be
Yeah,
pulling their
right,
weight.
right.
If you have the mental capacity and the physical capacity, then yes, you should be pulling your weight and doing your best to make your life as good as it can be. That is true.
Okay, now
But
now with that being said, we know you about to get on your flight. Okay, what is your
say it again.
biggest concern? What is your biggest concern, Derek? about the big beautiful bill?
Don't have one. I'm just gonna sit here. I'm just waiting to say I told you so, so I can laugh.
You talking about yeah? Okay, all right. You don't have no thoughts on Medicaid?
Like I said, it doesn't affect me no more. So it's
That's
not,
right. What about tax cut? What about tax cuts?
hell, I ain't in that tax bracket. Well, I am on 100,000 a year, but I ain't
Well,
in
I
that
mean,
tax bracket, so it won't
me
affect me either.
for me for
I've been
me
paying
until I
taxes.
learn. For me, until I learn more,
let,
the
let,
tax cut for overtime, Social Security, and chips, I love that. But
yeah,
then I'm a little concerned about the Medicaid because I'm not really educated, which we will get with Dr. Blue down here. We definitely will get
right.
educated. Believe that. That's why his ass going last because he's long winded. So uh, we gonna go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah, what are you? Do you have any fret? No fret. I know you don't fear nothing. BPM, Black Panther movement, straight like that. All right, Black Hoodie movement, that. All right.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
what are your concerns about this big beautiful bill? I like how that
Well,
sound. I don't know about y'all, but I love that shit. Trump my winner. Y'all know Trump my winner. He be coming up
well,
with some shit now. Big beautiful bill.
I feel like
Big beautiful
it is
bullshit.
what it is. You know, all change comes from from a certain place of struggle. And if you want to change your life, then then you got to do what you got to do. But with the Trump situation, the big beautiful bill, I just feel like like every term, every president you ever see, like everybody's making changes, everybody's doing whatever they're supposed, considered to be doing, but at the same point in time, we still, persevere through all that is going on. You know what I mean? So like, I don't feel threatened. I don't think anybody should feel threatened. I just feel like, let it play out. It's all like a movie. It's all like a game. The end is gonna be what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? So, hey, look.
Right now, you said movie. I call it a damn zoovie. You know what I'm saying?
It
Hey,
shows some
Miss
creatures.
Duffy,
sitcom.
It
Miss
shows some
Duffy,
creatures on display.
Miss Duffy. Now I know you don't have no fret or fear. Oh yeah, trust me, I
No,
already know.
I'm good. I'm
Uh,
just observing and taking notes so that I am in the position I need to be in. My grandfather had a saying, if you stay ready, then you never have to get ready.
get
And
ready,
that's
that
what I'm
part.
doing at this point,
Mm-hmm.
respectfully.
Okay, because now I'm gonna be honest with you. Now I fear no man. Okay, but I don't even fear what man can do. But I do be concerned to a degree. I got a 3 year old, and
You voted for it.
you know, thank God she got Tricare, Champ, and Optum. You know what I'm saying? But everybody doesn't have those things. You know what I'm saying? Some people need Medicaid. To this day, I barely know the difference between Medicare and Medicaid, let alone A, B, and C. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
uh, uh, I'm trying my best to hold off on going to Blue because he gonna dissect it real good. He gonna tear our
Well,
ass all to pieces like Reese's.
we do want to hear what you got
I
to
do want
say.
to know though. Yeah,
Yeah, I do.
yeah, stage right, Doctor Blue.
Well, there's three things that I love about it. The first one is now school choice is federalized,
I
so that
love that. I
so
love
the
that.
people in the poor communities, special needs kids, that parents don't feel like they're not getting what they are from the public school system. Now they pay $0 to go to the school that they want to. I
Hmm.
think the education system was definitely a form of segregation, and basically from only rich folks could afford to go to private school. So I think now that has opened it up to equalize the field. The other thing is that I like was the Medicaid. They finally voted it in to where illegal immigrants could not get Medicaid. especially since they don't pay into the Medicaid system. The
Nah, I
other
like that.
Yeah, the other thing that they did remedy, because the when you see all these charts when they say, okay, 5,000 people in North Carolina are going to lose their Medicaid, and what they're talking about are not just the people who are able-bodied, no dependents, no disabilities. Those are the people that don't have to worry about losing Medicaid because they meet those criteria. And even if you do get assistance and you have a job, you're not going to lose it. If you're in school, you're not going to lose it. If you volunteer, you're not going to lose it. So it's basically forcing people to do some form of 20 hours a week out of an entire 7-day week, only 20 hours, so you to be able to continue to get your benefit. I think that's definitely a good thing. And the last
But
thing is basically the now you don't need a tax stamp to have a suppressor or a short barrel rifle or a gun. So
yeah, but
that was a way that they were tracking everybody. So now that's removed. So more people can legally defend themselves.
You know what? No, no pun intended. I had an idea they was trumping that Medicaid shit up. I really did have. I had an idea they was trumping that shit up.
bullshit.
Oh. We got a rebuttal. We got a rebuttal. Do we
Yeah,
have
we
a
got a
rebuttal?
rebuttal.
Come
Yeah, we
on,
got a
Larry.
rebuttal.
Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
As someone whose family, half of my family, the great majority of my aunts worked in social services for all their life, which is over 20, 30, 40 years, they've all said that that's bullshit, that they can't get it. You have to be here for at least 5 years, and your status has to be different. But if you're illegal here, illegal with no kind of anything, no, you cannot get Medicaid. So that's lie. And I just looked it
That's
up.
good.
So
That's
that's a lie.
that.
Okay.
But that's what he said though.
No, no,
That's not
it's
what he said. He said
no,
they would
no,
get it.
it's not. But what I'll do is I'll send the link showing when you look at the actual DHS and the Social Security website, the first page, or if you just do a search, can undocumented or illegal immigrants receive
And I just looked at it
services?
up, and it said no.
And no, it does not. We can
When
put
he
something
said
on it.
DHS, he not talking about Durham
I don't
Human
gamble.
Services.
I ain't talking about Durham.
No,
Let me see.
what
Let
it
me see what
shows
that is.
is you qualify for government assistance if you're an asylum seeker, thanks to Joe Biden. If you apply for asylum, you get EBT, government assistance,
Okay, but
Medicaid, Medicare.
if you're applying for asylum, that means that you're trying to go legal channels. Do you not understanding? Like you're trying to go legal channels. You're
Oh,
trying to
I
be legal.
understand. It's just you not letting me finish so I can tell you the other four things that
Go ahead.
allow the
I'm
legal
gonna be quiet.
immigrants to receive that.
You know I'm
So,
passionate. I'll be quiet.
oh, I know. Just don't start flapping your wings like you about to fly like you did
Yeah, yeah,
last
but
week.
but even if you're applying for asylum, you're at that point you're still legal immigrant, okay, until you get approved, okay. So they should be on the back burner. Those who have been here already should be semi-automatic if they already paid into it, okay. See, I'm learning so much from y'all. I learned a fudge out of y'all, friend. I'm learning so much. And you did make a valid point too, Lyric. But once again, they have trumped up this bullshit
It's a
about
shit show.
about how this Medicaid is gonna be affected. It's only gonna affect the ones that need to be affected. That's what I'm learning. That's what I'm hearing right
That
now.
it's gonna hit more than it's supposed to, or more than
Okay,
they're
so
saying it's
so
supposed to.
here's basically what covers almost literally everybody who came into the U.S. across the border in the last 4 years. I was wrong. There are more than five categories. It's seven categories, and this is on SSA.gov. And basically, if you considered a qualified alien, that means you don't have legal status or you're not documented. You basically, if you was admitted within the U.S. in the last 4 years under the last administration, you automatically receive that temporary status, so you can get all of the benefits that any citizen gets, which includes EBT, government assistance, Section 8, tuition. Matter of fact, they get tuition assistance, get to go to college for free up to their masters. And citizens don't even get that. But what I did was I just posted the link in our chat, and we can post it onto the YouTube. But I just posted that link that shows you how illegal aliens, undocumented people get the benefits that the Democrats are saying they can't get, even though every single Democrat day before yesterday voted against illegal immigrants and undocumented people receiving benefits. Why would they vote against it if it's something that's not happening? The
Oh,
math ain't mathing.
you got a point there. You got a point there. You got a point there. Okay, now,
Yeah.
oh, I almost jumped the gun. The predictions. What's happening with anything that Trump do? If Trump go save a baby out of the ocean from drowning, they're gonna say that he deprived that shark of a meal.
Because it was probably the Antichrist.
See what I'm saying? You can't.
Yeah.
The dude winning, but can't win. But he
You can't
winning.
you can't expect a snake not to bite you. I keep telling you, you can't expect a
Okay.
snake not to bite you.
Okay, let me tell you. Okay, you know all that shit you was talking about Trump? How the hell has he bit you?
Oh, he ain't gonna get me. I'm
All right,
good.
then,
I've
so
I've
what
been
the
made
hell are
my
you talking
tracks.
about?
I've been made my tracks. I'm worried about everybody else.
Oh, we're gonna get that at the end, but see, you're gonna be gone. That's why I'm asking you about these predictions now. Okay. Dr. Blue, let's go. Let's go to your third approval point about the big beautiful bill.
The other concern that people had is covered
Page
on page
46.
on page I'll pull up the page, but basically, the senator from Alaska kept voting it down. Now she's a Republican. She kept voting it down because in the budget they only had $10 billion under the rural health program, and that basically, like, if those majority of those people live in areas where like almost 100% of people in that area receives Medicaid. So is actually the rural health transformation program. So she had an issue with it because it was only saying that $10 billion was allocated. But if Sawyer can pull it up to where we're on page 671,
671. It only got 47 pages.
no, this is 870 pages. It was 940. I've been reading over this the last 2 days, so it's if he can pull that up on page 671. Okay,
I ain't trying to read that little shit. We're gonna have to take your word for it. But
okay. So
go ahead.
basically to
And
get her to basically to get her concerns addressed so she would vote yes, is all the people, every state will be allocated $10 billion per year, not just 10 billion total. So it's roughly going to be like $60 billion that's going to be allocated for those rural areas that a lot of the population relies on Medicaid. So that's been
You see how
fixed.
you could leave one word out and it changes the whole context of it?
yeah.
It changes
Yeah,
the
but
whole
that's
context of it. Just like if you say, if you have three apples and you take two apples away, how many apples do you have? You got three damn apples. Because I didn't say the word left. And once again, what is left? Always not right. Let's go.
but that was a concern also for the Republican senator from Tennessee, the Republican senator from Kentucky. That's why they didn't have the vote. Soon as they added not $10 billion for the whole duration, but $10 billion every year, and it's put into law. So the next president can't come in and sign an executive order because all this stuff in this bill is now law. So they can't later add tax stamps or suppressors and stuff for people who did this. And also in this, it also has harder gun laws for people that's not supposed to have a firearm.
Correct.
So that right there to me is a deterrent to keep people that's not supposed to have them from happening. So I just think like there's a lot of things in here, especially like the no tax on tips. The one thing I didn't like about the no tax on tips is they did put a cap on it. You only can write off up to $25,000 a year on your taxes for your tips. There's some
If I
people
get
who
$25,000 a year in tips, I'm happy than you know what in
I
the
was about to say,
YMCA.
no,
Yeah.
but there's
Okay.
a lot of barbers for like if you look at a barber for example, if I pay my barber $40 and I always tip him $10 every other week. So that's 26. You multiply 26 by that 10, and then when they file, basically a barber or someone that does hair, they make 125 to 180 a year. Like we may see people who are barbers and beauticians, and we don't see that reflected in their life, but a lot of that has to do with them making bad choices and
Right,
money
right,
management.
right, 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 right. They are caking. Trust me, I know they caking. Yeah.
well, hey, look, I don't worked in the food world. I don't worked in in places where you get tips. But look, at the same point in time, not hey, look, that's what they do. Look, you ain't got to report everything, and I'm just saying this off record slash
Right, they're
on
not.
record. But
They're not.
hey, look, if I get
And I wouldn't.
$40 in tips,
I sure wouldn't.
hey, look, I might record 10 or 20 of that. You know what I'm saying? But look, you looking out for me. You know
Five
what I'm
ninety
saying?
nine.
Because I'm giving good customer service.
I'm being held.
Hey,
But here's
Yo,
the
yo,
here.
yo, yo, hold on one second, y'all. Y'all see AJ, I don't know why I sent you the link. You need to bring your ass on in here for real. And Miss Blue, we see you watching too. We see you watching too, Miss Blue. And we see you other guys watching too. We want to say go ahead and take the time for the viewers that I haven't said this to before. Go ahead and tap, go ahead and subscribe. Join in, make comments, because we see you. But AJ, I see your comments and I'm gonna get to you. We know Cash is king, but right now it seems like Cash is queen right now because the queen run the whole board. For real. Uh the link to the show is put on the chat every time, 20, 30 minutes before the show starts. It's Starman Filmz Global. Y'all come check it out on YouTube. Back to Mr. Blue. And Miss Blue, we see you. Come on in and give us your point of view.
look.
Yeah, but that's the main thing is like, yeah, you don't have to report it, but let's say like when you go to South Beach, Miami, they automatically charge you that 20% gratuity. You don't have a choice.
Yeah,
So
now
a
that's
lot
true.
of those people, a lot of those wait staff down there in South Beach, they pushing 200K a year, and almost 60 to 80,000 of that is tips. So that's the only thing that I don't like that they did
Well,
put a
well,
cap.
hey Sam, hold on. Check this out. The reason why that is because it balances out. Okay, like
Right,
at the same point in time, after a certain amount of money, yeah, you should be taxed on that tip. Because at the
right.
same point in time, you thinking about it like this: if you making $200,000 a year in tips,
You can afford to
that's
pay your
somebody's
taxes.
salary that's better than most people's salary.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we at the same point in time, if I make $95,000 a year, I'm gonna get taxed, right? If I work a 9 to 5, as opposed to me going and getting a job where I can make $200,000 in tips a year. Like nigga, I'm excuse my French, I'm sorry, but I, but I would go to the tip job and make $200,000 a year as opposed to staying somewhere and making $95,000. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay,
So
okay, and
because
another thing, I concur, Jeremiah. But I want to say this too. Dang, if he's freeing up 25,000, that's better than zero any day.
exactly,
Exactly.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it is. Don't get me wrong. I'm fine with that. But the thing is when you talk about your salary, what Jeremiah's talking about, the salary versus the tips, your tips is based off of your actual service, you as an individual. So you
that's
shouldn't
your
have,
job.
but I
That's your
understand,
job.
but you get paid your hourly wage for your job. The tip is for
Most
going
when you
above and
get tips,
beyond.
you make you make a lower wage per hour. You see what I'm saying? Like think about like if you in a restaurant, I remember back in the
Two
day,
dollars
like
and 15 cents.
maybe I'm telling my age, but you would be getting paid like
Two
$3.40 an
Oh,
hour,
you were doing
and
good. We
then
got
you
205.
two
exactly, and
fifteen.
then you would get the rest of it in tips. You see what I'm saying? So your salary
So it would
of your
balance out.
job, even though they're paying you for the service, that's the salary of your job because your job is service. So any income that is earned, it should be taxable, to a certain extent. Now I get it's good that he's giving the tax breaks, but let's not negate the fact of that if I go out here, right, and I got a job paying me $100,000, I'm going to get taxed. I work a 9 to 5, boom, boom, boom. If I go out here and get a tip job and I make 30 grand in salary and then I make 70 grand in tips, okay, then that means 70 grand is not being taxed. You see what I'm saying? So why would I sit at a job where I'm getting taxed on 100 grand as opposed to going to a job where I'm only getting taxed on 30
30.
grand?
Well, I think everything has its pros and cons, but what I tell people all the
Yeah.
time is like you can choose. You can either choose to work for hourly wage with bonuses, work for a certain hourly wage and get tips. But I think that's how our society here in America works. It's like what I don't like is they're taxing the same dollar. Like you pay tax on your income tax. Then when you take that same dollar and go to the store, you got to pay your sales tax.
Oh
You
yeah,
pay
yeah.
that.
That's crazy.
You
Yeah,
got
that's
to
crazy,
keep
crazy.
paying. How many times do you have to pay taxes on that
Yeah, that's
same
crazy, crazy.
single dollar?
You paying
Yeah.
tax
Every
on your
Yeah.
time you
tax.
minute,
Yeah.
every time you spend it.
I
Like me
don't
and my
think it's
wife,
right either. I think
yeah,
it's
we
downfall
watched this thing
taxes.
called Straw tonight, and the a lady on it made a statement saying it's more expensive to be poor
It
because
It
is.
is. Yeah.
the
It
worse
really
your
is.
credit, the higher your interest rate. You
Yep.
can't, all you can afford to do is get processed foods. You can't go to
Right.
Whole Foods or Fresh
Right.
Market all the time. Like it
Yeah.
Yeah.
costs, yeah, so you have to pay more. Most,
So
most,
isn't that an incentive to get your shit together?
yeah.
All right. I like that.
It should be.
I like that. All
I
right.
mean
Yeah.
that's our society. If
All
when
right.
you get backed up to the corner, if everybody on this podcast right now, if you not came in tomorrow and had an eviction notice, are you gonna sit there and cry, or you gonna like get into the trenches and figure out what you need to do?
I'm about to make
No,
some keychains,
I'm
some
getting an
No,
tumblers,
attorney
some
I'm finna make this.
Yeah,
immediately.
beer,
Yeah, I'm
Somebody
finna make
done
this
fucked
snacks,
phone
up
call.
somewhere.
And,
Yeah.
and,
Get that money.
it's
post a few trips because I'm a
Yeah.
travel agent.
Yeah, somebody done
Yeah.
fucked up
Yeah.
somewhere. But anyway,
You
we,
got to
we
get your
have
hustle on.
discussed.
either
We
either
have
that or
You
I'm
got to
finna
discussed.
pop
get
you
your
upside
hustle
your
on.
head.
Okay, so far,
It's going down.
uh, uh, yeah, somebody gonna be lynched for real. Hey, look, I'm trying to tell you. Hey, look, so far we have discussed and we dissected. Now we're at halftime. Let's disclose our true feelings about the big beautiful bill in 3 words, no more. Period. Lyric.
Shit show.
You got one more word. Okay,
Karma.
Jeremiah.
Karma.
Do you like the big beautiful bill?
I say let it ride.
AJ said, "Get it out the bud." All right, uh,
Yeah.
Letitia,
I am observing.
observing. I am observing. You know what? You can't win. You can't lose with that one. How do you
Mm-mm.
feel about the big beautiful bill? I already know the answer, but go ahead.
I love
Three
it.
words. Three
I
words.
love it.
I love it. All right, okay. And the way I feel about it, the way I'm the way I'm feeling to it, fuck that three words. I'm looking forward to it. How about that? Let me see. Let me put it. I don't want nothing back. Trust me, nothing back. I want shit forward from now on. AJ, I see you over there talking that noise. You got all that shopping. Bring your ass on in here. For real. All right, so next topic is Diddy.
Dun dun dun.
Baby, oh,
I want to
oh.
know, hey, my Mr. Engineer, we might need a minute extension, okay? Because I do want to talk about the predictions at the end. Okay. Uh, Mr. Sean Diddy, Puff Daddy, Combs,
Can't stop, won't stop.
Future. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to speculate about too much because the criminal justice system is so erratic. I don't want to say. He's done 10
Nah.
he's done 10 months. Each one of the sentences, each one of the convictions that he did get found guilty of only carry 10 years each. Okay. Now they can be an asshole and boxcar them fuckers. You know what I'm saying? To give
Yeah,
him 10, and he got 20. Or they could run him 10 concurrent, or they can give him the minimum and he can get time, not time served, but some of that taken off, so maybe 3 years of more incarceration.
He can get
But
time
my
served.
opinion
Yeah,
is
he can.
because that judge didn't give him no bail, and because he beat that girl up, and I hate that. He's a punk. I used to look up to him even though he's younger than me. He's a piece of shit. A
definitely
genius
that.
in the industry, and that's my opinion. You know, not even to go to that point to beat up like that, but like just put a hand on it any kind of way, any kind of way. He's a piece of shit. All right, lyric. Uh, how much time you gonna think? How much time you think he gonna end up with?
Um, that's kind of hard to say because what he's got doesn't really carry like what he was charged. You know what he was up against at first is nowhere near that. But at the same time, it seems like they just want to hold him because it's like no amount of money that he's offering will they take. Like anything that he's offering, they won't take. So it seems like they just want to hold him. And the people talking about that they're scared, don't know what's gonna happen. But you testified on the man, and it didn't go the way that you thought it would. So like, why would you? What you scared of? Like, you know, you can't
Oh,
hold the
hold on,
man
hold
because you're
on, hold
scared.
on. Look at AJ. AJ, you got all of this noise. Come on in. Hey, engineer, please make some room for AJ to come on in here.
Yeah,
She
her
said,
boyfriend was
look,
definitely
y'all
playing him.
see what she's saying? Yeah, show the link. The link is pinned in the comments, AJ. There is no excuse. I agree that the boyfriend and the girlfriend was playing Diddy
They
ass
definitely was
too.
playing him. They
They was
definitely was
playing his
playing
ass
him
too. But
because you was
all right,
with it.
okay,
You was with it. I'm
okay,
sorry. I can't. I
okay.
can't.
So lyric, you say a minimum of maybe what 3 to 5 years?
Mm, I would like to say 3 to 5, but the way that they're acting, I think
The
that
way
they're going
they
to try to make
acting
an
though,
example. Yeah, I think they're going to try to
yeah,
make an example as best as they
yeah,
can with what they got. So maybe 10,
yeah,
concurrent. I can see
yeah.
that.
Okay,
Just enough
you
to
say
calm him down.
concurrent. What'd you say, Jeremiah? Are they gonna box card him 10, or are they gonna give him
Nah,
minimum?
I think they're going to give him the minimum. I think because honestly, everything else and this was the problem from the giddy up in this whole situation. Everything else is like it's not holding weight. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Right.
charges that they're going to get him on. I mean, literally, like that it was fucked up. And I'm not saying. First off, before we start, I'm not agreeing with what he did. I'm not on Diddy's side. That's
Right,
not what I'm
right,
Right.
saying.
right, right,
Right.
right, right,
But
That's
right.
good
We
too.
already know.
at
We
the
already
same
know that.
point in time, everything is about evidence. You know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
know
Right.
that they talking all this shit. They raided his house and they got all this evidence or whatever the case may be.
Baby
But
oil.
ain't nobody seen it. Ain't nobody seen it. And that's the biggest problem. If you've ever seen a scandal, you ever seen something like this go down, they got all the evidence laid out. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Like, they ain't got as much video footage or incriminating evidence on him as they think they do. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
All them
Right.
right, right.
cases, a lot of that shit, that's why a lot of that stuff got dropped. You know what I mean? They have video evidence of him whooping Cassie's ass. I'm sorry to have to say it like that, but that's what it was. And yeah, for that
That was a $30
I think
million
Yeah.
ass whipping.
But
$30 million.
but you
it was,
but you know what?
and
Why is that even
he's got
in there?
Okay, but
I
okay,
It's
that's a
that
good
not.
I
point
don't
too.
understand.
That's a good
That I
point.
don't
But check this
understand.
out.
But they're making it
Why
be.
why why was he even charged with a RICO, first of all? What happened to Hugh Hefner?
exactly. They
What
have
about
no
Hugh
evidence
Hefner?
of his trafficking. They have no
What about
evidence
Hugh
of the
Hefner?
trafficking.
You know what I'm saying? What about all
Because
these other
when he
people?
when
Right.
he
Hold on.
chose to go against quote unquote, Ciroc and do what he did, okay,
Didn't they come swift? Didn't they come
they
swift and
got a
fast?
little upset.
And
So they
talk
was
about
like,
making a
ooh,
new party. Oh, they came for him quick and fast.
we gonna take you down, Mr. Black
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Billionaire. That's what we gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the outcome. It's
What you
just they
think?
didn't
What you
expect it
think?
to
What you think?
backfire the way
What
it
you
did.
think his final verdict is?
I think for
The
the
two
two that
charges that he got,
they're gonna be guilty.
he's gonna take guilty as he has.
And he ain't gonna get no more
Yeah.
than 10 years. He might do 8.
And he will get time served. They have to give it that
No,
to
he
him.
can't get time served. Time served is only 10 months. He got to do more than
No,
10 months.
the judge can give him anything because it's not a felony,
Exactly.
and because he's a first time offender. Remember when he beat down
Technically.
Cassie? When he beat down Cassie, that didn't go through court or anything. That was a settlement. That
Yeah.
was
Yep.
that was civil. So he's a first time offender.
Okay,
So
okay.
Yep.
So she have to give him that money back?
now he
No.
can
No.
sue. He can
I
no.
would
He
think
can
so.
sue. He can sue her for violating the NDA.
Yes.
However much
Yeah.
Yes.
money was
Yeah.
But
disclosed in that.
how can he do that if she was subpoenaed?
Yeah,
It
because she
No,
didn't have
she
to say
On
nothing.
no.
subpoenas
She's
when
the
she
one who
told us
leaked
when she
her.
snitched about
Her and
him.
yeah, her and her
Go ahead.
boyfriend leaked all that stuff to bring all this
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So that's one of those things, right? That he can sue her for that. Like that's
Yep.
completely different from the settlement. So you got to think
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
two things he was charged with: transportation
Few
for
folks.
the prostitution for Cassie and that girl
And I've
named
done that.
whoever Jane was. And the
I tell
thing
you
with
what,
and the
these
thing with
Negroes,
Jane,
these
he's
Negroes
still
better
paying
get
for
some
her
local
house now.
ass. I tell you what, these Negroes better get some local ass. They better not try to go find get on no dating site and fly no girl here. Hell no, that's a different charge.
That was, I
Yeah.
said, I'm guilty of that. I don't know how
As a
many
matter of
times.
fact, what
Like,
you doing in the airport? What you
It's
doing in
just
the
like it's just
airport? Where
like
you been?
if you
Where
got
you
drugs in the
been?
trunk, if you got drugs in the trunk,
Who's sex
you know,
trafficking you,
if
Lyric?
you going across
D.
borders with drugs in the trunk, they consider that trafficking too. You know what I mean?
Say what?
So it's all about the wording of the law.
Yeah, it's the cat.
It's
Hey,
all about
they call county to county trafficking. I
Right.
don't know. You better
exactly.
get
Exactly.
So
somebody in your same zip code.
Yeah, but their
yeah,
case, the reason why, this is how you can tell two reasons why their case was weak. The first instance was the defense didn't call one witness
mm-mm.
because
Mm-hmm.
the prosecution witness was up there killing their case. And then the second thing is people don't understand Diddy's attorney still, he just got Young Thug out of his RICO. How many attorneys
Yeah.
you know that good to beat two RICO
Hmm.
charges within 1 year? Normally, it takes
That's a
one
good one
Maybe
to tell
attorney
Johnny
you.
Cochran.
3 to 5
That was a long time ago.
years.
Hold
Right?
on
Won't
one
it
That's
second.
bad?
Hey, but
relationships.
but 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 you gotta think about who it was though. That's Mark Garagos' daughter. You said that's
Who?
a big difference. That's
What?
Mark's daughter.
No, I'm talking about Michael Steele, the
Yeah,
attorney.
but she was the damn assistant.
I
Candy
mean, but Michael
Candy
Steele is the
Garagos.
one that he's the one that does the cross examination, did the closing argument, and basically exposed. He picked everybody apart, just like the girl Jane. He actually showed that Puffy is still paying her for her house, all her bills. But
Mm,
yet you so traumatized by this dude, but yet you're accepting all this stuff from him. Make it on your own.
right.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh,
part
she
that I
will
have a
now.
problem with.
That's why I
That's the
think it's
part I have a
just going to
problem
be
with.
time served because again,
Yep.
because he's a first offender, it's not a felony, it's a misdemeanor. It's like the lightest charge you can get under prostitution.
Yeah.
So
And remember this too. You got to understand how many times did R. Kelly have to go to court between the 90s and the early 2000s before they actually got his ass in there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, but R.
they
Kelly,
built.
R. Kelly had a pattern. He had a
Yeah, he
pattern.
did. But what I'm saying is that this was a fluff case. You see what I'm saying?
Oh
And the
yeah,
fact
yeah,
is that
definitely.
Hmm.
that's the reason why they didn't build it around evidence. But you got to understand how the relationship of the media has put this into perspective. Because this whole time that the investigation was going on and they had Diddy locked up, again, not saying that if he did what he did, look, I'm not siding with him, but again, in a courtroom, everything is about evidence. If you don't got it, then you don't have a case. You know what I mean? And so the media made it seem like, oh, they raided his house, they got all this evidence of him trafficking people in tunnels and having sex with Beyonce and trying to kill Jamie Foxx and all this shit. You see what I'm saying? This is what the media is hyping everything up to be. You know what I mean? And then you
Right.
get him in court and you trying to get him for two charges. Look, watch the end of New Jack City. That's the same way they tried to do Nino Brown. That's the reason why the old man shot him in the stairway, because he was like, he only about to get like 2-3 years for
Untouchable, untouchable, untouchable. But you
yeah,
know what though?
so
Did y'all notice that they never let it? The defense was awesome. That whole defense is the Mark Garagos family, basically. Okay, Mark Garagos is the goat, the goat. Okay, Mark Garagos trained Johnny Cochran. You feel me? All right. Now, if you notice that they never let the videos of the suspected other celebrities that were the participants in. Remember how the world was like, oh shit, a lot of motherfuckers gonna go down behind this. The defense was so good that none of them videotapes and Diddy never had to snitch because they were on video, but none of the videos was exposed. That's an amazing accomplishment because the prosecution, you would think that the prosecutors would want to show the footage of
Right.
those so-called videos. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was
Right.
that's what the pizza
now
boxes were.
lyric, that was a shit show. And I don't know
It
who
is
the
definitely
hell you
this
flying
this
with, but they
this
got you
whole
on delay
year.
like hell.
Oh yeah, they delayed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So Sam, you telling me Diddy is gonna get uh time served 10 months.
He's going to get time served. If he does get anything more than that, all they're going to look is past sentences where someone has been charged with that same exact thing in the time that they got. Normally, with that charge right there, it's been 1 year and five
Or a
years
fine.
probation.
Or a fine. Just a
No, but it's
fine.
been he got two counts. Is basically the minimum could be 1 year If you're a first offender, 1 year and 5 years probation. So anything he gets more than that, Michael still, again, you see what he did with Young Thug and all them
Right,
jokers.
right, right,
He's
right,
gonna
right.
get Diddy off on appeal, and no judge, especially in this time, wants their judgment to be overturned. Because if they're ever selected to be like a Supreme Court justice or something, that's going to be exposed all their cases that was overturned.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Now that makes a lot of sense. And you said 3 to 5 years. Didn't you, Jeremiah? Jeremiah, you said three to
Yo,
five
yo.
years, right?
Nah, I say honestly, I agree with you on the time served. Honestly, I think that at anything, he might get a few more months. Maybe a year. But I think that honestly, that this is a showing of the shit show, as you say, of the
Power,
justice system. You know what I
power,
mean?
power, so-called
It's
power,
not really power. It's not really as
so-called
much
power.
power as it is the fact of that they built the wrong case.
Mm-hmm.
They built
They
the wrong
Yeah.
charged
case,
him,
and
Oh yeah.
overcharged him.
if you
Yeah,
go back,
hey, guess
to
what
R.
they
Kelly,
did?
it's the same reason why R. Kelly
That's a
did
bunch of
three
nonsense.
decades of music. You see what I'm saying? Did almost three
Right.
decades of music because the fact is they kept building the wrong case on him. You know what I
What they
mean?
did,
So
what they did was Diddy, and they trumped it up. Now,
yeah,
after discussing and dissecting with you winners, I think that they're not gonna give him bond until October October 5th. And then on October 5th they're gonna release him. That's what I'm thinking.
Well,
They
they're
just
not
gonna
giving him bond because of the amount of money he has, because
Right, right. And
he's
plus he was gonna
considered a
change.
flight risk. But
Right,
Yeah,
I
right.
but
don't think,
the charges that he have now is not enough for a flight risk. So that wouldn't even like,
Yeah, right,
you
right.
know what I mean?
Really,
yeah,
to be
but
honest with you,
yeah.
to be honest, that what it is the judge kept dwelling on that ass beating that Cassie got, and
And
that
that
was
has
it.
nothing to do
And
with that case
it had
because
a
she kept
lot to
on.
do with that.
She liked
That
it.
visual
She
is
liked it.
what
She
gave him
stayed. She
that
kept
damn.
on going with it.
Huh?
I don't care if I got to walk away butt naked. I'm not finna sit in nobody's situation where you put your hands on me. Not that you
Right, for
stopping
real,
out
for
about
real.
no,
Okay,
bruh.
all right. Now, AJ, I see you done got quiet on this topic, but at least put in the comments. How much time do you think Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs is gonna get? All right, let's move right along. Next topic, y'all. Y'all remember when the giggler Kamala Harris and the Quaker Joe Biden said that what was gonna happen to America when Trump got in there? Yeah, y'all
She
remember
ain't
all
lie.
that? Y'all remember
She
all
ain't
that?
lie.
oh yeah,
She ain't
All
lie.
right.
yeah.
Did any
She
of
did
that
not
come true?
lie. Yeah,
No,
hell yeah. She said
Nope,
exactly
Any
that.
no,
any of that come true?
nope,
no.
None. Okay.
not at all.
Okay.
So
AJ,
so
you
he
know
ain't
what?
got the
I kind of
Medicaid.
agree with you on that. She said
He ain't
maybe
got the
1 or 2
schools. He didn't take
years.
the money.
Okay. Maybe 1 or 2 years. Okay. Why is it? I try my best to overstand. I don't like understanding nothing because I stand under no one but God. But I'm even trying to understand this shit. Everything that y'all lied about, I mean, not y'all, them on the left, which is impossible to be right, all right? Them on over there on the left said so much shit about my winner. Said he was a racist. Said that he doing
He is.
more for black people than Obama than black people doing for their damn self. For real. Not just black, he doing it for everybody. If you don't belong here, take your ass home. As a matter of fact, if you don't like it here, kick rocks with no socks and flip flops.
So I'm trying to go. I'm trying to get the hell on. I promise you, I am.
Nah,
But
nah, you like it here. You like it here. Where
no.
you that money you just made was in Arizona. Where that at?
Guess what?
United States.
Guess what?
That money
Guess
you
what?
just made was
Guess
in
what? Wait,
Texas.
wait, wait.
You just
Guess
left
what?
Arizona, Texas,
Guess what?
California. Where the
And
fuck them
guess
motherfuckers
what?
at?
And guess what? The company that I work for, we also go overseas to other
All
countries. So
right,
I
well
don't
you
have to
made
be
no,
here
no, we ain't talking
making this
about that.
money.
Where
I
was
can go
you at this
anywhere and make
weekend?
this money.
This past 2 weeks, you've been working in the United States of America.
Yeah, because that's what you got to
All
do to make
right,
it in
then.
the United States of
You
America.
made that
Immigrant
money in
immigrant. You got to
America.
go to work. You got to
All
go to
right,
work.
then.
But I
So,
bet you
all right.
if I was in North
Take your
Carolina, I
ass
wouldn't have
over
made
there
the
and
money
get
that
bit
I
by
made.
one of them bugs. You see what happens. Y'all let you bring your ass back. All right. All right. So, like I said, anybody, hey, Sam, can you think of any more predictions that this ain't no T? My producer, my engineer, talking about T minus 10 minutes. No, the hell it ain't. We going on and on. Samuel Blue. Excuse
I
me. I'm
think
asking you. I'm asking you, Sawyer. You know I love the fuck out of you, man. I'm asking you. I need a little bit more time, I think. All right. Samuel Blue. Y'all know I've been drinking my Doja Moon Fitz Paradise juice, and I'm in
You over there
goddamn
lit?
paradise. For real. With a passion. All right, Samuel Blue. What other shit they chopped up? Oh, he gave us 15 more minutes. Oh, that's us. All right.
no,
What?
I think Trump's going to end up getting 3 Nobel Peace Prizes,
Yeah, I believe I can see that.
and the reason why is one is going to be
But that
for
wasn't
what
the question, though, Sam. The question was what lies or what predictions did they say was going to happen when he got in there that didn't transpire?
you talking about, the
The
economy
the left,
crashing,
the
jobs
left, the left,
crashing.
the giggler, and the Quaker.
Well, they say he will never receive a Nobel Peace Prize, and I think he's going to get 3 of them.
Okay. Next,
For,
what else did they say? They said what happened was the economy was going to crash or something like that. Whatever.
yep, and it's the highest it's been. Gas is the lowest it's been in 5 years. Eggs is back down to what they were before. Like everything, literally everything that he ran on. Unlike Obama did, and I voted for Obama the first time, Clinton did what he said he was going to do. Trump did exactly what he said. And this big, beautiful bill is basically the stuff that Bill Clinton was doing and Obama tried to do his second term.
Yeah.
And and remember, all the past presidents, at least the last 4 presidents, wanted to keep Iran from getting weaponized and nuclear weapons. Trump's the first one to actually take it out. And if you see what Iran announced today, that they will sign a pact, and actually they're trying to sign the Abraham Accords along with Syria, which is also going to nominate Trump for another Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, because
Because
they don't have no choice because their port is being blocked right now. Am I correct?
no, you're talking about Iran's port.
Yeah.
No, what Iran does is they control the Hamar Strait, and that's like the Panama Canal. So basically, at the narrowest part is where Iran is, so they can basically attack anybody trying to go through there.
See, I love
But
that. Yeah, and don't y'all love that? Don't y'all love that winner right there? I ain't got number winners on my show. You know what I'm saying? Go get it, boy. Nah, 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 boo, boo. That, hey, I'm talking to you, lyric. Nah, 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 boo, boo. That's what Lovely say.
I
That's what
know,
my
but
that's what my pretty,
you see why I had
perfect,
to come to
precious
get
daughter
off,
say.
right?
Yeah. So, y'all made me lose my chain of thought right now. Okay, what they no, they told some more lies. Oh, that's right. They said, the giggler and the Quaker said that, oh, it's gonna be so many little kids over here without their parents because they're gonna be deported. Y'all remember that too? Y'all remember that there was gonna be a family separation and all that? It was it's supposed to be like straight Armageddon, according to them. You know what I'm saying?
A
What
lot of kids have
can
been left.
anybody else? Oh, that's right, the anchor babies. You remember the anchor babies? Y'all remember all of that? Yeah, come on, man. What else? Y'all can't. It was a whole lot of shit that month old, boy. Why y'all hate Trump so much? Oh, why? Not all of a sudden she got to get on a flight. Oh. Why y'all hate Trump so much?
Fuck that man.
You sound like Reggie Brown, DJ R&B. That's my winner. I love that dude, but he say the same damn thing. Well, but yeah, I'm not praising him now. You know what I'm saying? My president is God. You know what I'm saying? But that's my winner. That's my winner. He my winner. AJ,
Y'all bet. Yeah, look, I can't smoke no weed. I had to
AJ,
come in
what
here.
other? Hey AJ, your ass gonna be on this show next week. I ain't playing with you. What other lie did the left say about the right? All
Look,
right, we're gonna get to that. All right, what
Phoenix
else?
fried my hair.
Okay, now, Sam, what is the prediction of this big beautiful bill? Man, I've heard so much crazy ass shit about what this big beautiful bill gonna do.
It's
What they
getting
say it's
signed
gonna
into
do?
law tomorrow.
Huh?
It's getting signed into law tomorrow.
And so no, he's doing it now. He's signing right now in Iowa. Right now, I'm looking at it. He's
No, I
in Des
think
Moines,
he
Iowa.
wanted to do it on 4th of July on America's birthday.
Well, you know, he don't play. He don't procrastinate. He's doing it right now. He's at the signing right now. You better go to News Nation. That's the
That
only
No,
dude
place
is
I'll mess with.
I think he's signing something else, but
Huh.
he wanted to do that on America's birthday. That was the
right.
big. That's why he kept reiterating July 4th. You
And
know,
got it done on the second, on the third. Where they do that
yeah.
at? Where they do that
Well,
at?
I would say this. I would say this. Let's just see how it pans out. Tomorrow's a new day. And we'll see. Hey, look, you got to give everything time. You know what I mean? And if it's good, it's good. And the things that ain't good about it, they're going to be brought to the surface. And you just got to ride it out. And see what
But
happens.
I'm telling you right now, the left are so frustrated and so mad at him right now. I'm kind of pissed off at Trump too because he's not. I don't know why he don't use that bulletproof shit that he's supposed to be using, man.
What
Yeah,
stuff?
man.
Right now, the
Because
shield is not up there. Right now, I'm looking at it now.
It is. I'm looking at it. He's standing right behind it.
I ain't talking about that one. I see that one. I'm talking about the cubicle. Why isn't he using that cubicle that they designed for him? You know,
He
that's
is.
he don't
crazy.
got no fear.
He can be
He got
infiltrated
some.
behind him
Just
too,
that
not
not
just in
much.
front. Huh?
Yeah, I don't. That's it is what it is. But he's not signing it there where he's at now. All he's doing is talking about it because tomorrow, right after he signs it, I think he's supposed to be signing it right before they're doing an MMA match at the White House, and he's gonna sign it at the dang on MMA match.
That dude's a genius. That dude a genius. Hey, what's what's
It's
wrong, man?
marketing. Hey, remember
It's
what Dana
marketing, man. That dude a genius,
look,
man.
remember what Dana
That,
White
that
said.
dude.
Dana White said when nobody wanted him to have his MMA matches at any of their facilities, he said the first person who called him was Trump 20 years ago and said, look, you can use my facility. So now he only does it at Trump's, anything
At
that
Trump's.
Trump media is over now. So that's
Okay,
how,
That
okay,
makes sense.
check this out. We got some breaking news, y'all. Breaking. I mean, brand. I mean, hot like out the fish grease. Y'all remember Julio Chavez, the boxer?
uh-huh.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That nigga alive. He
He
ain't no
He
what?
what?
he
United
did
States
what?
citizen. He married. He tried to marry somebody to become a United States citizen. Guess what they did? Trump didn't give a fat baby's ass who he was.
He
Locked his
deported
ass
his
up.
ass.
Deporting his ass.
Yeah, that's illegal.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Y'all remember him? Oh, world champion. My one
Mm-mm-mm.
ain't playing. What y'all think about that?
Wait, but
Is he black? I'm focused on the black
No,
folks.
Yeah, that's all I'm concerned about.
Exactly. So I could care less.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to
We
do
all
with
got our own
If he's
and
battles.
they
illegal,
And
business.
you know what?
Yeah.
You can't. How? That's see. That's where we're different at. I care about every race, not just the black. You know,
Well, listen,
the reason I want to say that is because Sam, you damn sure ain't black. Straight like that.
uh-oh.
Have you done
Hey, hold on,
have
Sam,
you
hold on.
done
Let me
a
get it
DNA
all out.
test?
I love every fiber
I
of
have.
your being.
I have too, and I can tell you,
I'm black.
my brother was a little upset when he found out that we was 50% Nigeria. So
Me too.
And
They told me.
but what's the other part? What's the other part?
oh,
That you
from my
don't need
mother's
no other
side.
part.
So
Indigenous.
yeah, you do
I'm
that.
Indigenous America
You,
North, and I am
Sam,
Indigenous
you are
Mexico, honey.
definitely Anglo-Saxon. You got some Anglo-Saxon in you.
Who?
Yeah, he got
Who?
that shit in there.
Samuel.
He got
If
This
he got
ain't
that
nobody
about
shit in
on
there.
hey
this,
look,
if nobody else on
Fitz,
this show don't have
Fitz.
no
This ain't got nothing.
Anglo-Saxon in them, Samuel Blue
This
do.
ain't got
My
nothing to
my
do with
my
race. This
Confederate
ain't got
No,
nothing
grandfather
no,
to
was
no.
a
do
I
with
know
motherfucker.
it
race.
don't. That's you.
He's
You're
a good
making my
he's a good
point.
one.
He said on. He said he only care about black people. I care about the
No,
human race. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
Just in case, Sam,
it
I
ain't
always
got
knew
nothing
you
to
were my
do
brother.
about race.
That
If you are here
that's my mother right
illegally,
here.
All right then. Hey, Anya Hasayo, Anya
And
Hashamika.
yourself.
yeah. Hey, look, if you here illegally, then you know it is what it is. Go back out, come back in, and try it again. You know what I mean? Try it the legal way, and maybe it'll work.
Right.
Yeah, I got people
Hey,
who
y'all
have
better not
been
mess with me.
here
I'm what? I'm like what?
fighting for
5'6",
10 years
five
plus
six in
just
this
to
bottle
become legal,
down.
and they
Hey.
finally
Okay.
did. So,
I'm getting ready to board.
Okay. Thank you,
oh,
Lyric.
I'm
We
getting ready
love
to
safe
board, so I'm
you.
gonna
travel,
cut off.
sis.
That's what
Safe
it is.
travels. We
And
love you.
check that
You're
link I
welcome.
posted about the illegal benefits.
She ain't gonna do it. She ain't gonna do it. Yes, she is too. She a trooper.
He
She'll
said
do
take
it.
what?
Check that link I posted about the illegals getting the benefits.
Oh, okay.
You know she is,
I
but she
will.
gonna
All
come
right,
back
be safe.
with a thesis.
Uh, AJ. All right, like, we ain't heard from you now, AJ. We ain't heard. I told you. We talked earlier today, AJ. What other lie did the Quaker and the Giggler say about my winner, Trump? All right, now moving right along. What are some of the predictions?
Fireworks. Fireworks, mama. Hey, hey, calm down.
Hey,
It's a
Letitia,
little.
Letitia. By the way,
Yes.
that group you sent me today are awesome. We'll talk later. But anyway,
Okay.
that what are some of the predictions that you heard from the left, who are impossible to be right? If you're on the left, you can't be right, right? 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 If you're on the left, you can't be right, right? All right. Okay. What are some of the predictions that you're hearing about this big beautiful bill?
Uh, Mostly, that it's, not gonna work. It's gonna, not benefit people of color. Um, I don't feel that way. Like I said, I'm just observing, and continuously making sure that I'm prepared for me and my family. Um, that's all any of us can do. That's all everybody should be doing. Um, that's kind of it for me. I don't.
See,
I mean,
it's
I feel
not.
like
It's a major. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. It's a major benefit of having a millionaire on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Because when I get to him last, he's gonna tell us intellectually and monetarily the benefits of that big beautiful bill. Guarantee you that. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
I mean, shoot, the predictions is, I mean, I feel like, um, just let it ride, because you never know what something is going to do for you until you take a step in it, and at the same point in time, like my wife said, hey, always stay prepared, you know what I mean, and we'll see what the future may hold, I feel like that as you were saying earlier, Sam, about, Trump, one thing that we can always agree on about Trump has always been the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he
He
ain't
ain't
gonna flip.
changed since the 80s. He ain't gonna change. You know what I mean? And, again, it's not that he is against black people. You know what I mean? Like, he is a type
No,
of
you know
person.
what? As a matter of fact, your wife sent me a clip of him in
Yeah,
the 80s or the 90s.
yeah,
He
yep,
was saying that the black people are the most wisest, strongest, courageous, and the most beneficial people on this earth.
yeah,
You remember
That
sending
was
me that,
in
Letitia?
'87,
yep,
I think.
yeah,
In
yeah,
'87,
exactly.
he said because we are ingenious and we come from survival mode, and because of that we are stronger. And
Yeah,
that man, and then I can't understand how they call him a racist when he's the only one that helped Nelson Mandela get freed. Then after he got freed, he took care of him for 20 years. Then he's the only one that came to Jennifer Hudson's rescue. He's the only one that paid all of Jesse Jackson's child support so his ass don't go to jail. Ain't all three of them black?
yeah, and let's not forget
Well, he's
the Apprentice.
Who?
Like, the Apprentice. Look, he's the same Donald Trump from the Apprentice. He's a showmaker. He's
he's a
he's
businessman.
a businessman. He's a
He's a
mover and
greenist.
shaker.
He's not no
Yeah,
racist. If
exactly.
it don't
He
make
don't care if
dollars,
you
it don't
black,
make
white.
sense.
Yeah, that's true.
And he said
If
that if he could start over, he would want to come back as a well-educated black man. I said, oh,
Hmm.
What
Yep,
has Oprah
yep.
done for What has Oprah done for the black people? What has Tyler Perry done for the black people? What has Obama done for the black people? Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, all of these people, William Barber,
Mm,
everybody that these black people are praising. And you know what? I'm so sick and tired of the hope dealing the hope dealer Democrats who are hope dealing, hope dreams to the hope addicts.
yeah,
Basically,
and
that's what it
and
is. My
I
winner
kind of
Trump
I
is a
say
man
both
of action.
sides.
Another prediction. Oh, all these soldiers gonna get killed. Y'all remember back when he was in office the first time it was supposed to be in World War III?
yep,
Well,
Y'all
every
remember
time he
that?
goes, it
Y'all
seems
remember
that it's
that?
supposed to.
yep,
Man,
Every
we
time
done
he's
fought.
in office, they say that.
We blew up Syria's headquarters. We blew up Turkey's. We blew up Oman's, and we blew up Libya. Not one soldier got wounded. Now they saying it's gonna be World War III because he assisted Israel in this recent conflict. Where they get this shit from? What shit are they looking at? What's wrong with them, y'all? Y'all help me, man. I need help over here. And
people
I'm
love to
going
have
through
a villain.
withdrawal.
As the movie Wicked states, people love having a villain. Where it's sad that we live in a world where people have to have a hate bond in order to get along.
Yeah,
That
y'all remember that though. It's supposed to be in World War III in 2016.
Yeah,
Y'all remember that?
uh-huh,
yeah,
yeah. And and they do this like it, my advice to anybody out here is always go with the facts. And that don't always mean what's reported. That
right.
means, like, look at your situation. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. He's deporting people, who are legal. He's not siding with a lot of, LGBTQ community stuff. He's not, going with with the Democrats, or, as you say, Democrats, want. But at the same point in time, it's like, what is he doing wrong? Everybody is only saying things about him because they hate him. You see what I'm saying? Like,
That's it,
you
man. That's it.
never. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
much, that is it. You
You
know what
know
I
what?
mean?
it's
Like,
hate bonding.
That's almost like an accomplishment to get that amount of haterism. Hello? To get that
yeah,
amount of haterism,
You know what they
Dr. Blue, Dr. Samuel Blue, what predictions are you hearing about this big beautiful bill?
That is going to be the end of America as a country, and every what Jasmine Crockett said, they're going to put everybody back in the cornfields, the tobacco fields, and pick cotton. Uh, it's just crazy. But like you said earlier, if they're not talking about you, you're not doing something right. And the amount of that they're talking to him, like everything in this bill, I don't agree with. It's over 900 pages, but there's a lot in there that I can see that our community can use, and that's what matters to me.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Now we just need to get people to use it, you know, and actually, like applying yourself. It's one thing to know something and have knowledge, but it's another thing to apply yourself. And so if I feel like this, if you're out there on the left side and you like, whatever the case may be, look, make lemonade out of lemons. Take advantage of everything that's out there. If you are a person that researches to get, grants and money and, all this different type of stuff and benefits, man, look, it's out there for you. Just like, don't worry about what the president doing. You know what I mean? Let the president do what, because when somebody you like is in office, you don't care about what the president is doing. You see what I'm saying? They could do a whole bunch of crazy shit.
A whole
Sign
bunch
over
of nothing.
Yeah, sign over your rights. Yeah, I mean, like Slow Joe, you know what I mean? Like he didn't do anything. You see what I'm saying? In his time in office. You know what I mean? Like, and so you have to look at what people are doing. You know what I mean? And like, if you got time to read the 900 pages, then by all means do that. But like, just go on with your natural lives and understand everything is gonna be okay.
I
It's gonna
felt
be all right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't read the nine. I ain't read nail page. How about that?
Yeah.
Y'all talking about 900? I ain't read nail page.
I
How about that?
Well,
nah.
I had time on my hands, so
Yeah, I got time too. I'm retired military, retired chef, but I ain't read nail page. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
the reason I didn't read it is because for one, I'm lazy, and for second is that I got you winners. You know what I'm saying? And I know my analysts, researchers, strategists, activists are gonna come through. Man, I want to tell y'all guys, man, this has been a very not really controversial, just to a degree, but very informative podcast tonight. I want to thank AJ for her participation, even though she didn't build up enough courage to join us. I want to thank all our subscribers, viewers, and feel free to step in at any time. And Miss Blue, even though you're not on the screen, we see you. Let's recognize that. All right. Shout out to Doja Moons. Y'all see that FPJ? That's Fitz Paradise Juice. Y'all see that grin and that slur in my voice? Yeah, that comes from Fitz Paradise Juice. Make your tongue slap your brains out. Straight like that. I also want to send a shout out to Lit Sticks by Rashid Myers, Team Collective Wear, Collective Visions, and Team Collective Music. And straight, I appreciate the sponsorship, you guys. With that being said, peace, love, and hair grease. I love you, winners. And I'll see y'all next week, if not before. All right.
all
Peace.
right.
Straight.